Good morning, students. Today I present the final video of modals. Modal auxiliary verbs. We have seen usage of different sorts of modals, and now let's proceed with the remaining part of it. In the present and the future tenses, the negative and interrogative can be formed in either of the two ways. Now, the first column is negative, the second column is interrogative, while the first row talks about the present tense and the second row talks about the future time reference. Now, present tense negative, need not, needn't, or don't need, or doesn't need, that is the negative form of need. And interrogative, need comes before the object, do I need, or need I. Future tense is again need not, or shan't, or won't need. And in future time reference interrogative, it becomes will he need. Now this part is done. Let's move on to a few other uses. The negative need expresses absence of obligation. They need not send a letter now. You need not go. He need not come now. But it's not necessary for him to come now, or it's not necessary for him to go now. So that's when we say need not, absence of obligation. And the second one is need is used to express obligation or necessity. Need I attend this class? Need he solve all sums? The need is obligation, that we know. Now, need not plus perfect infinitive is used to express an unnecessary action which was performed. You needn't have gone. You see, the perfect have gone, present tense and one past tense, it is present perfect. You needn't have gone to see the doctor. He was on leave today. This action shouldn't have been done. You needn't have carried an umbrella as it was not raining. Again, this action was unnecessary. So when need not plus a perfect infinitive is added, be rest assured, we are talking about the action that shouldn't have been done. Now let's come to the fifth one, which is ought. There are other models we are not discussing. We have discussed the important ones that is suitable for standard 9th and 10th students, right? Ought is usually followed by to and an infinitive. Like, for example, you ought to tell the truth. It does not change its form so that the third person singular form does not end in s. And this is very important. She ought to work. In general, we like she works, but here the s form doesn't it. So, she ought to work a little harder. She works hard, right? If we make a sentence, work becomes works, the singular form of it in third person. But when we add ought to, the work becomes plural. It can be used as present, past, or future tense. The negative is ought not, and the interrogative is ought I, ought you, ought he, etc. Ought I do to do it at once? He ought not disobey his teachers, right? Ought is used for expressing what is the right or sensible thing to do, or the right way to behave. This is the main purpose of ought. You ought to get up early. You ought to exercise daily. Teachers ought not smoke before students. These are what to do necessary or what is unnecessary. When we put it ought not, it is insensible. Ought to is used when we believe strongly or expect that something will happen. The Indian team ought to win. Satish ought to pass. The meeting ought to have finished by 2 o'clock. There, you can see. Ought to see, hear, meet is used for emphasizing how good, impressive, or unusual something or someone is. You ought to see their new house. You ought to meet his elder brother. Right? It is emphasizing. Ought to have is used when we realize that we did not do the right thing in the past. You ought to have listened to my advice. You ought to have taken the money. It's something that you should have done in the past. Not very difficult. Ought, must, have to, and should. Let's talk about it. We were discussing all this. Ought is to express the subject's obligation or duty, but it indicates neither the speaker's authority as with must, nor an outside authority as with have to. The speaker is reminding the subject of its duty. Besides this, he is giving advice or indicating correct or sensible action. This is the difference between ought to, must, and have to or should. Ought can be used in exactly the same way as should. You should obey your parents. Have to and must. You have to be regular. These are the rules. You must obey your teachers. The speaker insists on it. You have to take medicine. The doctor insists on it. You must take the medicine. The speaker insists on it or the speaker's emphatic advice. You mustn't drink this. It's poison. It's prohibition. You ought not to smoke so much. This is not right or sensible. You get the meaning. How we break up the meaning with the use of it. This is the best examples I found. Now let us see the use of can. There are 4 ways: positive, negative, interrogative, negative. Now the questions beginning with WH, what, whom, when, why. So the formation is subject plus can plus the first form of verb plus object. He can play cricket. This is positive. And in passive voice it would become cricket can be played by him. So object plus can plus be plus V3 form plus by plus subject. This is the breakup. Negative. Subject plus cannot plus first form of verb plus object. He cannot cheat him. And he cannot be cheated by Ram. Interrogative. Once again, can he take her tour? Can plus subject, can comes before the subject plus first form of the verb, and in passive form it always becomes third form of the verb followed by, and the verb third form of verb or participle form of the verb preceded by be. Interrogative sentence. Can plus subject. Can he not run return the book tomorrow? Is interrogative negative. Can plus subject plus not. And what question positive? WH question positive. When can he fly kites? And why can your mother not prepare a sandwich? So can tells you ability, permission, possibility, and request. Could is polite request and past ability. May, permission, possibility, wishes. Might, least possibility, past possibility. Must, strong duty, forceful suggestion, and prohibition. Should, social duty, advice. Ought to, moral duty. Will is future action or maximum possibility. He will go there, it's maximum possibility, but in future. Shall, future action, seldom used in modern English. So, I shall go there. Would is uncertain future, past in future or a polite request. Would you pass the water, please? So, it's a polite request. Dare, don't you dare pick up the phone. That is showing courage. Need is of necessity, we just discussed it, and used to is about past habitual action. Now I have a few exercises that you can try on. We will do it in the classroom. So you can have a look, pause the video and try to solve it, right? And as need be, you can have come to the class prepared, so it will take less time. We can take up more exercises. Must and have to, you see, have to is something that is forced by outside the authority, while must is obligation by the speaker. Then should and ought to. Now this is about it. Do the exercises. Meanwhile, be at home, stay safe and study hard.